Erica Lorraine Spencer here. This is the P.O.C, Pattern of Conduct, real-time documentation of the state of California's criminal pattern of conduct of federal stalking in concert with the people of the state of California in violation of existing federal law, that is 18 U.S.C. section 2261A, subsection 1 and subsection 2. This is ongoing documentation that is specifically gathered following my release from kidnapping by this entity that was ceaselessly monitoring in violation of 18 U.S.C. and in violation of Title 15 and in violation of the Prison Rape Elimination Act, as I was subject to the same exact criminal pattern of conduct while kidnapped by this entity seeking to conceal this criminal system that I am documenting and publishing and exposing on the venue of the internet, where I am also subject to the criminal pattern of conduct, and understand that kidnapping is the pattern of conduct that is criminal obstruction of justice, as the entity seeks to avoid prosecution and to avoid documentation and exposure for engaging in this criminal system. The people of the state are the vicarious aspect of the entity. They are engaging in federal stalking as I am kidnapped by the state inside of the state facilities, all right? And they are fully engaging in kidnapping upon criminal summoning. So this is the this is the entity from beginning to the end engaging in the criminal acts of the federal stalking and the acts of criminal obstruction of justice. This is also documentation on the venue of the internet engaging in the criminal pattern of conduct via obstruction of justice, and this is in any way reducing or removing the ability to publish the ongoing documentation of the state's criminal pattern of conduct, which is waging an ongoing threat to my life as I remain subject to this criminal system. And this is the criminal pattern of conduct on the venue of the internet, okay? And that is the totality of what I have documented since release. I was kidnapped from June 18, 2021 from third-party facilitating venue of the Ontario Museum of History and Arts, where the Ontario Police Department were monitoring, and this in conformity to the ongoing wealth of documentation that I have already published, specifically revealing the Ontario Police Department engaging in monitoring and kidnapping, which was via the assertion of a fictitious warrant pursuant to a fictitious prosecution. That is the people of the state of California v. Erica Lorraine Spencer, case number Mary Wendy Victor 2000640. I was subject to kidnapping pursuant to this fictitious prosecution, documentation on the facility cameras everywhere that I was inside of the facility of West Valley, located at 9700 Etiwana Avenue in the city of Rancho Cucamonga, California, and at the state facilitating venue of the Rancho Cucamonga Superior Court, located at 8303 Haven Avenue in the city of Rancho Cucamonga, and I was subject to federal stalking ceaselessly at the jail, at the courthouse, in the courtrooms, okay? The same exact pattern of conduct ceaselessly underway. The kidnapping serves obstruction of justice, and that this is kidnapping that I endured from June 18th, 2021 up until August 16th, 2021. This is the P.O.C. License plate 2662972, CRA5930, 8JGP262, 6LLD706, 5ZBD204, 6K89193, needs to be deported. He's not an American citizen. What I just captured is video of the state's fake son and captured video of the state flying over Fern Avenue while I'm in the vehicle on that street. And the state's fake son at 6:50 in the morning. I want to be clear, what you're looking at is the state's fake son, which is an hour an hour ahead of what I captured it yesterday. I captured it around 7:50 in the morning. It's 6:50 a.m. and the state's fake sun is aligned to me on the same exact street as G Street. So you're talking about the geological address of this physical presence of this light source that is on the same street at 6:50 a.m., which is at 6:50 a.m. at 7:50 a.m. This is in direct contrast with being in direct alignment to me south of this location on the property of the Ontario Museum of History and Art, which is south of this street, south of this property where I'm at 630 North Fern. So as I walk from that intersection to the intersection of Euclid and G, the same street where I captured the video inside of the car yesterday, and the state's fake sun was in alignment to me. The state's fake sun is in alignment to me right now on the same street earlier than the time that I captured. So the state is suggesting that the state is suggesting that the sun is rising, and it is in alignment to G Street. And in alignment to me on the museum. So the actual sun, this is the supposition with what the state is doing with its light source. The supposition is that the actual sun is some ginormous, ever existing light source that is everywhere that you are going as you move north and south up, specifically Euclid Avenue, where I happen to be. Okay, that's what the state is doing with light. And that is not the case. That's impossible to coexist being in direct alignment with me at the Museum of History and Arts south of this location, and remaining in direct alignment with me while I am at G Street in front of 408 West G Street in front of 320 G Street. Okay, the state is keeping its light source in direct alignment with me as I travel north or south on this particular street, Euclid Avenue. And for example, while I'm at Palm Avenue and G Street right now, were I to walk what would be west on this street, let me get this license, 8P QS 386 and 6VUNO 092. Were I to walk west on Palm Avenue right now, the state's fake sun would not be in alignment with G Street anymore, the street that I'm on. The state is engaging in migrating its light source to remain in alignment with me, moving west as I move west, and it stays in perfect alignment with me, with where I'm at. This is why what you saw in video, the state's fake sun remained at the address over the building of 507 North Euclid Avenue from after 8 a.m. until after 3 p.m. This is what I captured yesterday. Understand, remaining over the building of Starbucks at 507 North Euclid Avenue when the day before that, all right, 24 hours prior, when I left that property of 507 North Euclid, and I showed you what was the absence of any sun even in that direction as I went to the library, and then as I went to the library, I showed you the absence of any sun even in the direction of the Starbucks building that was directly over my head while I was at that Starbucks. But then when I go to the library, 215 East C Street, and I look toward the Starbucks and I aim the camera in that direction, there is no sun even in that direction. It's directly above my head. It's not in the direction which is north of the library. And while I remain at the library yesterday, what you see while I am there at the time of after the time that I had left the day prior. So you're looking at, I left at after 1 p.m. I'm at the library. Yesterday, I remained at 507 North Euclid Avenue until after 3 p.m. That's the state flying in a plane over. That's why I'm documenting third parties. They're monitoring under the fake sun. Okay, so you have what I remained at the Starbucks after 1 p.m. Yesterday. And the state's fake sun is over the library while I'm at the library at this time, where yesterday I remained at a different location. I remained at the Starbucks, where I also showed you on camera there was no sun even in that direction after 1:30 p.m. after I left. I remained at the Starbucks after 1:30 p.m. yesterday until after 3 p.m. And the state's fake sun is over the building, over the sidewalk, over the entrance where I am, remaining over my head as I travel south on Euclid Avenue, or over Gloria's Cochina, over the Ontario Improvement Association building, remaining in stride with me. And by the way, over the same street, Euclid Avenue. The state is suggesting not only is it remaining in alignment on G Street 2 days in a row, because this is what the state is doing. If I remain on G Street, the state's fake sun rises over G Street, and the state's fake sun remains in alignment to G Street. All right. And this is 6:50 a.m. Yesterday was 7:50 a.m. And as I remain at what is the Ontario Starbucks, I guess you could say that, at 507 North Euclid, the state's fake sun remains on the same street. After at 8 a.m. in the morning, the state's fake sun is in alignment to me at the same property as I'm traveling south, okay? It's over the same street while it remains over the building of 507 North Euclid Avenue. That's the same street, Euclid Avenue. And the state is positing by its conduct that is the sun. Okay, and it's not, and I'm just giving you the common sense aspect of it. This is what you're looking at. All right, first of all, it's demonic. That which is of the demonic is entirely wicked. It's desperate. It is in no way intelligent, though. 14577E3, paper plate AX96H61. All right, and so you're looking at what is the state's fake sun that's remaining on Euclid Avenue all day long. Like there's no other area where the actual sun would be. You would not see the actual sun. First of all, it's not over Euclid Avenue, okay? But even if the sun was physically seen over Euclid Avenue, it's not remaining from 8 a.m. until after 3:30 p.m. and then going from one building on that street to the opposite, which was from Starbucks to the library. which is remaining over the same street. Actually, it's going backwards from what I've already documented. All right, and let alone it's not even touching Ontario Town Square, where I have documented the state keeping its fake sun literally over the clock, over my head, while I'm sitting at the wall, while I'm sitting under the amphitheater. It's over the roof of the amphitheater. Don't forget all this documentation that has already been published. The state isn't even touching that area because I'm not over there. All right, and it is totally in conflict with what the state is doing on a daily basis. All right, so like I said, it is 7:03 a.m. and the state's fake sun is in a different position on the same street, in a different position though, as though the sun is making progress moving south from the top of G Street to, and by top I mean the north end of G Street to the opposite end, which is the intersection in alignment to the side of the street that I was parked on yesterday, right? Like the sun is in that movement north and south. That's not the progress of the actual sun, rising in the east, setting in the west, and not on the east and west side of Starbucks at 507 North Euclid, or the east and west side of Economy Inn at 2301 South Euclid Avenue, not the east and west side of 408 West G Street, apartment 51, not the east and west side of the Ontario Ovitt Family Community Library, which the state doesn't even do. It just remains over the roof. It doesn't even engage in this east and west. It just remains there in front of and over the roof of the library, and then remains as though it's setting right there. Okay, the state doesn't even try. Okay, this is P.O.C. It's 7:04 a.m. documenting third-party group stalkers in the same way that the state is stalking by planes over me at Fern Avenue. Okay, and by helicopter over me at Fern Avenue, and with the fake sun right here as I approach from Fern onto G Street. All right, much north from where I'm usually sleeping at the museum. All of that activity is up here. Okay, because the people of the state of California are in the same way, the same psychotic stalker. 5XQN154. All right, this is P.O.C. and it's 7:05 a.m. (26629) Z2. Yes, I didn't read that one already. He might have just went to start 7-Eleven, where they're monitoring at 636 North Vine Avenue. They are monitoring. The state has placed its fake sun over that 7-Eleven at 636 North Vine, engaged in the same exact light activity, impossible light activity conduct. Let me get this group stalker that's on foot. All right, as he crosses path, what I just took a picture of, he's creating light activity in the state's light source. As he walks around, his tall shadow around me, third parties are patrolling in traffic, creating light activity, and the state is amplifying plane activity flying over. This is how the people monitor. And this is what they were doing overnight, by the way. The state's fake moon was over the house that I could see through the passenger side window of the car that I slept in on Fern Avenue. The state's fake moon was above 630 North Fern, okay? Peeking right above it. That's what the state was doing. That's the stalker that I'm documenting. That's the stalker that is 7XAV999. The stalker that is 7KTY689, 8AKL203. Stalkers. This is demon possession. 7AEY666. All right, the people of the state are using elementary school buses to monitor, driving in the fake sun. License plate of this school bus is 1548541. That driver is monitoring. License plate 38090G3, 7X 52672. 6FGN360. BD204. And when I was in my car, living in my vehicle at 714 North Vine Avenue, the people of the state would park school buses in front of my car, and they would just sit in the middle of the street, especially to stalk with activity. All right, so while they were aware of what I'm doing, 8NGV347 school buses would stop in the middle of the street and just create a bus stop. All right, there was no bus stop there, but they would just stop and just act as though there's a bus stop, and a little kid would just get on the bus. They're engaging in form immediately. The state would use whatever it has at its means to engage in monitoring. 6BZL424.
And that included creating a bus stop in front of my car, and then a third party would bring out a little kid and just get on the bus. 8LAG196, 8TZN435. And it's not a bus stop there. There was no bus stop for elementary school kids in front of my car. They created it. They were stalking with activity. By the way, that's the people of the state driving nothing but a school bus. All right, in no way accepted from the pattern of conduct. And I've documented that conduct, so I know by I know by experience. 8 ROY042 Omnitrans that does not even have a bus stop on Vine Avenue on G Street would drive its bus crossing path on Vine Avenue past me on morning after morning after morning, engaging in harassment and federal stalking. Driving past, and there's no bus stop on that street. There is no route, actually, that even takes them through Vine Avenue, where my car was at 714 North Vine. Omnitrans was engaging in this. They would use large trucks to do the same thing, stop in the middle of the street in front of my car, next to my car, while they were monitoring. Stalking with activity doing this. 6BJN436, okay? And Omnitrans, again, what I'm saying, deviating from its routes, deviating from its scheduled bus routes and time schedule in order to engage in the pattern of conduct. Even when they are on schedule and going per their route, they're monitoring. It's systematic, the systematic monitoring conduct of a commercial transit line. Omnitrans is monitoring. The system is in operation through their commercial business that they're providing. They're monitoring. License 1467784. But I'm letting you know they have been documented deviating from their own schedules and from their routes in order to monitor. 8TLR300 6JAM982 7UVT225. That's third party Omnitrans engaging in deviation from its route, its published route, in order to engage in kidnapping, wanting to monitor me while I'm kidnapped by the state, which makes Omnitrans a kidnapper as well, okay? You are talking about Route 66, which does not run on Arrow, okay? That goes across Foothill. It crosses Etowanda. I'm sorry, I don't want to say Arrow. It does not run down Etowanda. It crosses Etowanda as it's proceeding on Foothill Boulevard, but it does not drive down Etowanda. Route 66, 8TBN745. Route 66 is the bus that I witnessed. This is Omnitrans, the people of the state operating this commercial vehicle to engage in federal stalking, which I witnessed with my own eyes while I was kidnapped by the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, the Ontario Police Department, and the Rancho Cucamonga Courthouse. And this is what was in 2020. And so the Omnitrans bus line license 7LWS 679-8HJG800. And so while I'm kidnapped and they are engaging in federal stalking, the Sheriff's Department, that's the state, monitoring with the third party Omnitrans together under the fake sun that's over the Sheriff's Department's bus as they're transporting me, I am under the exact same circumstances while I'm kidnapped. And Omnitrans is engaged in kidnapping and deviating from its route. It was Route 66 that was driving what was south on Etowanda Avenue, which is not the route for Route 66. That's not the trail that bus route takes. All right, it deviated from its trail in order to cross path and monitor. Spitefully, I'm dealing with demons, okay? That's the people of the state driving that vehicle. 8DRM860. That was P.O.C. and Omnitrans, and that's why you will see in my documentation Omnitrans is engaged in kidnapping. Omnitrans is engaged in kidnapping also because they are the people of the state in nothing but a commercial vehicle, and the people of the state are engaged in kidnapping. They engage in criminal summoning. They engage in participation in fictitious prosecutions. All right. They are engaging in this the state's pattern of conduct 6CWY832. That is also why Omnitrans, who is documented as a third-party group stalker using nothing but a business in order to monitor, is also engaged in kidnapping. But I have documented Omnitrans directly engaging in kidnapping. Okay. P.O.C. All right. License plate of this old biddy 7KGE178. It is 7:12 a.m. Fake sun remains where I'm standing right now. I'm standing at 225 G Street at the intersection of G and Palm. 225 G Street. It's 7:12 a.m. JNY881. FOT268. 4WYW813. Seven Z04481. 5PRG 5RPG 574, I believe. License plate 4BOF 348. Seven VPB 575. Monitoring inside of the plaza of the Rite Aid. License plate 6ZZA 611. Impossible light activity as they turn their vehicle, intentionally crossing path into the fake sun. They're maintaining presence. License 8LJY 334. Paper plate BE80C06. License 7WGM 333. 6ZLW 640. 8JDB 939. Third party license approaching with the shadow in front of the car. 7L 68484. All right. Under the fake sun, maintaining presence and activity. State keeps the fake sun over me and they cross path. 7XRF162 is a veteran and they're a demented third-party group stalking sex offender. I don't care if they're a veteran or not. They're engaging in criminal activity. So you need to know that about 7XRF162 because that's the truth. 7XGA568, 8UOH010, 7YAB 218, 8NGV 347. 5XNH158, 8WSH910, 8UNU048, 5RQD380. FedEx is flying over 203 G Street right now. All right, let's get these stalkers over here. Like I showed in the video, the state's fake sun is moving north as I move north in the plaza and I'm getting these license plates. State's fake sun is not at the intersection in alignment with G Street anymore. It's migrating north. Ontario police are stalking sitting at the stoplight, okay? That's loitering in relevant position. Federal stalking is underway. 474DH, 31103K2, 6NGW189, 6TFA198. Ontario police proceeding east on G Street. 7238 REY. This is the plaza with the Rite Aid, the Kids Empire, the Blink, I don't know if this Blink Gym, which is not open, located, the address is 130, I guess 130 G Street. License plate 6MFH882. It's driving in a circle, just like the state flies in a circle in a helicopter. It's a psychopath. All right, what's their form? Acting like they're making a U-turn looking for a parking spot. No, they're engaging in the pacing conduct under a fake sun. Remember the circumstances in addition to what they are doing. That's the totality of the conduct that you're witnessing, and it is entirely satanic. All right, this group stalker just posted in his car. I already read his license plate, I think, but let me read it again. 31103K2. Here's another one moments later, 7:19 a.m. Understand they're taking off from right here. I think I got this stalker's license already. He's going into Blink Fitness. This heavy set male, old, gray, balded, gray shorts, black bag with the Puma signal on it. Yeah, you hear me talking about you, Satan. And he's going to be on cameras inside of that Blink Fitness where they're monitoring. That's license 6TJF600, I believe. I don't know, but I read every license plate over here, whichever vehicle he got out of. 8JZB459, in case I didn't read that. 8GPX694, 8NNP313. we go. License plate 4PRX162. This is Ready Refresh. U.S.29780, license plate 88384G2, monitoring in a commercial vehicle. Meeting me at the intersection, just like the other third party's license plate did that I read as I'm walking toward the driveway entrance. Third party minions are on the street that's aligned to me on Laurel. All right, at the opposite end, they're just turning in the street, keeping alignment, crossing path at Hope Boulevard in alignment to the street, and entering the driveway. License plate 8Z40359, I believe. This is demonic activity, okay? They're keeping presence together. This is demonic activity. And that's the sound of amplified plane activity, just sounding like a loud, throaty plane that's filling the area. 79971Y1, 7VCR637, 8FHP840. And like I said, there is no question about what I'm documenting right now. I'm revealing what is made clear, what was formerly a secret. The state is stalking by the police department and by helicopter, and I showed you that in a video. The state flying over me in a circle over the house. 630 North Fern, 8WFT824. That is confirmation that 8WF24 is indeed monitoring. Okay, there's no question about what I'm documenting, and they are psychopaths. That's also what I'm letting you know. That stalker that you see personified through that very demented helicopter conduct flying in a circle over me while I'm sitting in the car. That same stalker exists in license plate, third party, license plate 8GZW965. That's what you need to understand. This is group conduct. It's satanic activity in the state of California as they engage in targeting people, targeting an American citizen. They're targeting me. And it's not just criminal, it's demonic. 8KFB381. So I just want to be clear, as I come back to the street, G Street, the State's Fake Sun is not in alignment with that plaza anymore, the Rite Aid Plaza. The State's Fake Sun has now migrated south to be in alignment with me on the opposite side of the street. Where I captured it, it was over the houses. Now it's back in alignment with G Street, right where I'm at on the sidewalk, okay? That's what I captured in video, and this is where it's at. All right, 7:25 a.m. I just wanted to give you a visual to what I just described, what you already saw, because you saw it yesterday. What clearly, at the time of day and the precise location and keeping in direct alignment with me, you're not only looking at what is ongoing, you're looking at what is. Alrighty, I just wanted to capture another vivid example of what I've already established. This is double shadows on my left and my right as I'm walking south on Euclid Avenue, and the State's Fake Sun is keeping in direct alignment with me. In addition to that comparison, as you see, as I move north on from the sidewalk on G Street, the State's Fake Sun moves from that intersection where I'm capturing it on the intersection on the I would say the south side of G Street, okay? And I'm on the sidewalk as I go to that parking lot, that plaza area, and get all those license plates. The State's Fake Sun is not at that area, as I showed you when I was over there. State's Fake Sun is over the trees, over those homes. So it has migrated north to keep in direct alignment with me, okay? 7:50 a.m. at this time, I'm still in the car on G Street. State's Fake Sun is in alignment with that vehicle, with me. Oh, I capture it while I'm sitting in the vehicle and is aiming through the windshield, which is also not going to occur if that was actually the sun that's rising over G Street. That's very precisely placed inside of the windshield of the car. But anyway, you have it at 7:50. It's 7:28. I'm ahead of schedule, and the State's Fake Sun remained at that intersection. 7:28. It's not at that intersection. It's proceeding to keep in a direct alignment with me right now while I'm at F Street and Euclid Avenue, where I was yesterday, where it was approaching 8 a.m. It is 7:28 a.m. and the State's Fake Sun is not captured at that intersection anymore. Alrighty, I did just capture so you can compare with the timestamps of yesterday and today. where the state's fake sun remained until after, and you're looking at the double shadows, you're looking at any nuance movement that I make, that the state keeps its light source in alignment with me. Okay, and so in addition, and this is just isolating it to right now. This is the ongoing conduct with everywhere that I'm at, and this is that which I have continued to demonstrate how it is mutually exclusive to the documented conduct with this light source that is not the sun. All right, and this is what you become aware of when you're ill. That stalker needs to put on some different clothes. That's disgusting. This is what you need to. This is what you become aware of as the state is engaging in. Even though you're not identifying it as a state, you're just noticing that why is it all day long the sun is over my head, which I've never experienced before, and I'm not a dummy. The sun does not remain over your head all day long. The sun is not some stationary object in the sky that remains where I am all day long. And then it's also suffering burns, and then you're also witnessing what is the very peculiar light activity that accompanies, oh good, that disgustingly dressed stalker went inside a Starbucks. She's on camera. That you're also noticing the light activity that accompanies the presence of this light source, which is clearly not the sun, and you begin to document because you're also noticing the stalking conduct by the state. And this is all tethered together, all right? And this is the state's pattern of conduct. This disgusting looking third party, she's inside a Starbucks right now. Her license plate is 8JPW990. And there should be a law if you're gonna be a stalker. Do not wear something that is nauseating, okay? That is a license plate of, let me get, this third party is in the, and I've got their license plate. What I want to get is a light activity. It's 7:32 a.m. At this time, I was still inside of the vehicle, okay? 7:50 a.m. from inside of the vehicle in front of 408 West G Street, in front of 320, the neighborhood plaza where I captured 7:50, 24 hours earlier. I am still at that location. The state's fake sun clearly captured inside of the windshield of that vehicle, remaining as I walk east on G Street, approaching Euclid Avenue, remaining at the corner in a direct alignment with me while I am at Euclid Avenue and G Street. Right now, it is 7:30 a.m. where I was nowhere near the Starbucks yet. I am at the Starbucks right now, and the state's fake sun is in direct alignment with me, engaging in that which I have already shown, feigning some setting position of the light source while it is engaging in ongoing movement in alignment with me, in conflict with its ongoing documented presence. All right, the sun is it's both engaging in stalking, meaning following me, but also at the same time failing at trying to act like it's the sun that's engaged in some ongoing progression throughout the day. This is what it does while it's acting like it's moving somewhere, while it stays over the building of 507 North Euclid Avenue. So this is what you're witnessing while it's over the entrance, right? And then later in the afternoon, when it's over the same exact building, the state just moves it back to like behind the edge of the building, and it's over the same exact building. So this is what the state is doing. It is both stalking and then also failing at trying to mimic some progress of the sun, which is not remaining over 507 North Euclid Avenue. It is not remaining in alignment with me all day long. It is not remaining over 507 North Euclid Avenue, let alone over the library or the side of the library, or over Mercy House at 435 South Bondview, or over the entrance of apartment 51 at 408 West G Street, 8N45598. ALLME16 71573E2, license 4RNB079. So this is what the state is doing, and this is entirely absurd, okay? But this is what I'm going to capture in video right now, and look, you can just look 24 hours earlier where I was at and what was the state doing with its light source, and that is impossible to coexist with what I'm capturing right now while I am what is west of this location in front of 408 West G Street, and I am facing east to capture the state's fake sun in the windshield and in my face in direct alignment as I am at G Street, which is north of this position where I'm at right now, at East Street in Euclid in front of 507 North Euclid Avenue, and I'm capturing the state's fake sun in direct alignment with me at an earlier time, okay? And right now at 7:32 a.m., that was actually the sun that was being aimed inside of the windshield at 7:50 a.m. yesterday at G Street. I would not be able to capture it as it is in direct alignment with 507 North Euclid, right over the Chevron and across the street where they're monitoring, okay? I would not be able to see that and capture it in the windshield of the car. That's what you're looking at. All right, 7WGM333, DLFAM, 8DMG806, 7VCG845, 16622G2, 8 ADE 724, 5 VES 486, 7 TTN 591, 8 SXX 233, 8 WTK 427. All right, while I am seen on camera referencing the cameras, both at the bathroom, the impossible light activity you are going to see on my camera, which I captured, while the third-party male enters in. He is supposed to be the forum for what is amplified booming and noise heard through the wall while he's in relevant position. The light activity is all over the wall right there next to me in the bathroom and all over the surfaces inside, while everybody in there, the employees and the third parties, are monitoring, including these minions out here in the drive-thru. 6 NES 663. This carnival of lights is existing, and they're monitoring while I'm in the bathroom with my panties down, listening to everything that I'm doing, creating audible activity, and molesting and terrorizing with light. 6 VDL 725. Light activity by 8 SXX 233. 8 CRY 462, 8 SHY 394, 7 XEZ 086. State is flying in another government plane, the one I captured while standing outside. That same plane is flying in relevant position to me right now. 7 Z03924. It's a small plane with a thick middle body and short wings. That's what's flying right now, and you would not be able to hear that. It's amplified, right? The fire department is in the drive-thru as well. 7 XEZ 086. They turn the sprinklers on. That's audible activity. The Ontario Fire Department, vehicle number 775. This is license plate 1516115. License plate of the third party J0399. Third party 6RKS476. License plate 5VKK562. It is 7:58 a.m. Okay, I did capture some more license plates. I just stepped outside. I am also on camera inside of the venue of Starbucks at 507 North Euclid Avenue, where you've got impossible light activity above me in the bathroom. That is a threat, and that's a sexually violent threat, by the way. The targeted individual that knows that they're being monitored knows that everyone around them is monitoring them and following them while they may or may not be able to actually explain what's going on. That's terrorizing. And it is also providing knowledge of what they're doing in the bathroom with their clothes off is being listened and monitored to by a whole bunch of people who are stalking with the state. And that is what I captured on video right now. Oh, excuse me. That's what I captured right now on video while I'm opening up the bathroom door, and absolutely impossible light activity. What you see outside of the bathroom, when I point my camera toward the traffic, you're looking at what is shade, okay? And I've already shown the impossible light activity inside of here. It's coexisting with activity inside of the bathroom. Yeah, I'm good. I was just waiting. I'm still waiting, right?
That's good.
Oh, okay. All right, that's Danica, who's being really nice. Her audible activity is friendly while she's monitoring and threatening my life. Impossible light activity all over the wall where the menu is. Like I showed you, the same exact light activity above the bathroom wall, all right? And there's shadows on both sides of the building. This is demonic activity inside of the venue while they're over here under the guise of getting coffee. They're stalking. This is terrorism at Starbucks. You said Erica, right? Or Danica?
I'm sorry?
You said Erica?
Yeah.
Oh.
Alejandra? You have mobile order?
Yeah, and ice.
I have your mobile order for Erica.
Oh wait, is there another Erica?
I don't know.
I don't want to. Is there an Erica over there? You said Erica, right? Oh, that's a mobile. I don't think that's mine. I don't want to steal anybody's drink. So anyway, I'm waiting for ice. Where's my ice at? I'm just waiting for ice. You know when I can get my ice? No, just ice. I ordered ice. Yeah. Are you Erica? Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. I'm waiting for hot water too. Whenever she wants to get that. All right, so while I'm standing here at the venue, just rapid light, just like I've already documented, like a disco of light, walls of lights twisting and rapidly moving all about, like a disco effect, all right? This is entirely demonic. And the people of the state of California they conduct themselves outwardly like it's not happening. So it takes one to expose what the people are engaging in, and it is sexually violent, and it is called terrorism while they're monitoring, because this is why you've got this light activity, because you're monitoring and you're also trying to terrorize somebody who's documenting you, which you are aware of. It's 8:02 a.m.
Are you sure? Okay.
Are you not Erica no more?
No, they gave me the wrong one. I didn't order this one. I just noticed it. Pumpkin. I didn't order pumpkin.
Oh. Anyway, let me get my thing. Oh. What's taking so long just to get my hot water? Excuse me, sorry. Pardon me. I'm just observing the light activity. The same conduct that I captured while I'm outside, double shadows on both sides. This is not sunlight, as I've already established that. I'm just letting you know how that same exact pattern of conduct carries into wherever you are going. And it includes 507 North Euclid, Starbucks, okay? And it is entirely demonic. It's 8:03 a.m.
All right, it is currently 8:21 a.m. and what is seen on surveillance cameras and what I'm referencing is the Starbucks engaging in the criminal pattern of conduct, and it's the demonic behavioral pattern. As they are aware in real time of what I'm doing on my phone, literally as I press the screen, what I'm actually doing on the internet. This is monitoring on the video of the internet. This is demonic terrorism, as they are with simultaneity to my activity, everything I'm doing, engaging in demonic activity and creation of light activity in concert with the state that's creating the environment for them to do so. Okay. 43953F1. You have what is the mail that you see in the video while I'm standing outside, and the state's fake sun is right in alignment with me while I'm standing outside. And that same mail, as with simultaneity to what I'm doing on my phone, uploading pictures from Starbucks inside of the onto my Google Drive. The moment that I engage in that activity, he is seen on camera crossing paths in directed light, all right, stalking with activity. And I do raise my arm to indicate what you're looking at. It's the same thing with the patrons as they use the door to create activity and cross paths. And as he does so, the radiant deep orange light stretches all the way across the floor up to the table where I'm sitting at. This is a sweeping orange concentrated directed light, all right? As he closes the door while he's crossing path, and he's stalking with activity as he does this. And then the customers enter. This is called patrolling, and they begin opening and closing the door, okay? This is at 8:21 a.m. I just want to document that, and what I'm doing on my Google Drive, and this is a matter of a paper trail, it's at the same time. You're seeing me upload these pictures taken at 8:25 in the morning of Starbucks. As I'm doing that, inside of Starbucks, they're stalking with activity, engaging in terrorism, and that's what I'm documenting as they are monitoring what I'm doing on the internet. That's P.O.C. I want to make sure I recite these license plates on my podcast. License 6XON924, in case I did not recite that one already. I have it noted here. License 5XFU132. All right, impossible light activity, which is flashing across my face while I'm sitting inside of the Starbucks as I recite these license plates. It's 8:27 a.m. All right, I want to make sure I recite these license plates that I documented on August 21st. They're notated in case I did not recite them. 7NBS605, license 29447U2. It's currently 3:08 p.m. and I did capture on video just so you can see what I'm speaking of with regard to the ongoing activity. So you're talking about just different faces coming in and doing the exact same pattern of conduct. Okay, but I did capture a video shortly ago. It's 3:08 p.m. right now, and you're looking at what are the use of underage, meaning under the age of majority. However, the state's same exact pattern of conduct is underway. The same exact fake sun remains over 507 North Euclid. The same exact stalking with audible activity, which is facilitation by Starbucks employees, in concert with the ongoing stalking with activity conduct by these who are under the age of 18. So this is what, and this is also what I've also documented by third parties who I happen to know. I know their name, and I know that they're under 18, and they were engaging in federal stalking, all right? And they were acting with the police, specifically the Fontana Police Department. That's what the Kellys engaged in, using their daughter who was right under the age of 18, and this is what I am speaking to with regard to the prosecution. In no way is the entity to escape prosecution and no third party to escape prosecution being under the age of 18, knowing full well how to operate a communication device, maintaining presence intentionally while and creating audible activity intentionally in the state's light, which they are fully they are doing with full knowledge. So it is in no way and should not, and justice requires that it shall not be stopped by being under the age of 18. You're looking at what is a matter of public corruption and that which is also plaguing them, which is demon possession. And that alone is not in any way limited to your age. And so what I'm speaking to is the ongoing ability to monitor with communication devices, the ongoing advanced use of communication devices by those who are under the age of 18, and they are engaging in the same exact terrorism, all right? The state is engaging in aiming its impossible light activity while these demon-possessed minors are dragging around furniture inside of the venue with simultaneity to what I'm doing on my phone. All right, so this is speaking to the state. This is speaking to those who are engaged in criminal facilitation of their minor children. And this is also speaking to that which is no escaping from federal prosecution. I'm taking pictures again inside of the Starbucks because you're looking at who is present. And while the state is engaging in literal an arcade of lights all over the wall, as I've already shown. The same thing you see on the sidewalks that you've seen on the buildings, this is what the state is doing inside. And they gave you a full-on display of that already days ago, which I showed you, and that continues right now and just ongoing while they are sitting around monitoring. And this is how the people engage in, like I stated on my video, this is how they are engaged in surveillance, monitoring with the state, and this is how they are jointly engaging in what is harassment while they are hostile to what they know I'm documenting online. This is also terrorism by the people. This is how they do it together. That ongoing environment, while they are participating in the creation of that environment, while they are engaging in criminal monitoring together, and while they are engaging in that ongoing criminal cooperation with the state that is maintaining that environment. And also, I want to be clear, the third party role, which is to outwardly conduct itself as one way, while they are fully engaging in the criminal pattern of conduct, that is terrorism, okay? That's the threat that is waged to that targeted individual. And you are speaking of what you are looking at on the outward and based on what is the established pattern of conduct as they are engaging in it. That is the psychopath, okay? That is the sex offender that's listening to you in the bathroom with your pants down, engaging in the ongoing pattern of conduct while outwardly conducting themselves as though they're doing something else, while the arcade of the impossibility of this light activity, a fake sun that is remaining over the venue and over your head everywhere that you're going, and ongoing stalking by the state, okay? That's terrorism by the people. And that's what you're prosecuting them for, and I'm showing what is the literal irrelevance of one being right under the age of 18, engaging in the same monitoring with communication devices. I have shown you the skateboarders and the skaters where they are intentionally stalking with activity and their shadow is moving all around their person while they're engaging in crossing a path. It is in no way based on your age, and prosecution shall not be limited by that. They are engaging in the same exact harassment, the same exact sexual violence, the same exact surveillance and stalking, the same exact terrorism. All right, and you have seen that based on that conduct that is concerted, and it's no way deviating from that based on their age of minority. And so I want to speak to that, and that's what Starbucks, again, Starbucks is a brand that is engaging in not only federal stalking, but they're engaging in facilitation of federal stalking, okay? And this is speaking to what are psychopaths that are jointly engaged in this environment that I'm just shining a light on it, what they're doing, and the demented psychopaths that are surrounding, engaging in that conduct in that environment, all right, which tells you about every single last one of them. And this is the ongoing environment everywhere that I go, okay? So it is currently 3:13 p.m., and that's the significance of what I captured in video. And you have what is that ongoing criminal activity. They're in the drive-through monitoring. They're across the street at Chevron. They are in their vehicles patrolling, and they are engaging in ongoing pattern of conduct ceaselessly underway while they are monitoring and aware of what I'm documenting online, okay? So the demonic aspect is speaking to what is terrorism, hostility to what they know that I'm publishing online. In addition to what is the ongoing criminal elements which remain, acting in concert with the state, enabling the entity that is engaging in the facilitation of corruption of minors. That's how you would prosecute that. But you're speaking to what is a criminal system. This is a matter of rampant public corruption as I'm exposing it outside of a state facility, all right? Exposing the exact same pattern of conduct inside of the state facilities. It is no different whatsoever. The same demon possession, All right, the same exact stalking conduct, the same exact light activity, the same exact monitoring activity is underway. All right, it is currently 3:14 p.m. and that's P.O.C. at Starbucks 507 North Euclid Avenue, where the state's fake sun remains over this venue, and they are all on surveillance cameras engaging in criminal activity inside and outside. P.O.C. Are you accusing me of something?
No, I'm saying we don't allow recording.
I know it sounds like an accusation. What?
If you were recording,
Is that what she said? Is that what she said? Is that what she said?
playing anything.
No, but where did that come from, Javier? Where did that come from?
That's just what I.
Is that what she said?
Accusing you of anything.
Well, where did this statement about recording something come from? That sounds like an accusation. Where did it come from? Did it come from this one over here that needs help?
You anything?
Huh?
I'm just saying if everything's okay.
I was fine and you walked away and now you're coming back talking about recording, which you don't rely on. Are you not recording on surveillance cameras?
Only.
How about you answer me this, Javier? Where's all this light coming from on the wall? Are you guys doing a photo shoot today? I'm sorry? Electricity?
Yeah.
Where's the electricity coming from that's moving about on the walls? You don't know? Okay, well, when you come up with an answer to that, then talk to me about recording. Other than that, I would tell her to shut her face because you're going to be accountable for what she's saying. Okay, well, you better be careful. And that's not a threat. I'm just letting you know. That's an accusation, which is unfounded. And unless you can tell me what I'm recording, which you know what I'm recording, is that what's going on? All right, then. So she's talking about what she doesn't know, what she shouldn't know. All right? Okay. Thank you, Javier. It's 3:17 p.m. That's Starbucks and third parties acting together, engaging in harassment. That's P.O.C. All right, it is currently 3:19 p.m. and what you overheard was third parties of Starbucks. They're both monitoring together. One's in the role of employee, another's in the role of patron. Third parties, the same. And you're speaking about what is the ongoing terrorism. The environment exists while they're trying to stop one from documenting their threatening criminal activity. And so the third parties whose image I did take, she is especially enthusiastic with her criminal activity, which is threatening the life of an American citizen who's documenting her and the people. And I want to speak to what is her unfounded allegation that I'm taking a picture of her because I'm holding my phone up. People are holding up their phones all the time on face chat, doing whatever it is that you're doing. This is hostility to documentation by one who, second of all, suffers from demon depression, demon possession. This is a psychopath who is a stalker and who is hostile to being documented. Okay, so this is the reality. And second of all, you have what is the communication that's coming out of her mouth is audible activity while the state is swirling light all over in the room. All right, and you have what is the communication of a threat by a third party. So I want to be clear, it's 3:20 p.m. Anything that's coming out of the mouth of one third party is coming out of the mouth of all of the third parties. And so what you have is that hostility at the venue of third party facilitating venues, Starbucks, located at 507 North Euclid Avenue, and she is documented and she is acting on behalf of the entity, all right, while that ongoing environment exists. I want to be clear on that. So this is very relevant with regard to how you're analyzing what is terrorism by the people of the state who are psychopaths, stalkers, and sex offenders, because that's based on the conduct that they're engaging in. All right. So you have, it's 3:21 p.m. and I want to document that. And this is where I remain at 507 North Euclid Avenue. Impossible light activity inside, fake sun over the outside of the building, remaining since before 8 o'clock this morning. Okay, it's 3:21 p.m. All right, and so that is ongoing terrorism, and out of her mouth, she speaks on behalf of the entity. That's P.O.C. In case I haven't already clarified this, but this is standard with any sort of criminal law and prosecution. Criminals do not have privacy. Okay, so I'm going to document you, and the ordinary targeted individual shall not be in any way stopped from documenting the entity that's threatening their life and engaging in stalking by entity, kidnapping by entity, sexual violence by entity. You do not have any privacy rights, so I just want to be clear on that. So she's speaking about that, which she already knows. First of all, you're monitoring, and there is no credible argument. All you're saying is you're creating audible activity. The state's criminal pattern of conduct is underway, and she is engaging in ongoing harassment on camera, which I'm also documenting right now. It's 3:22 p.m. This is a fool. This is a baboon that's going to drag every demon with her. And what I'm speaking to is the absence of any privacy by a criminal that's engaging in federal stalking. All right? You don't have any privacy. And the target individual, and I am myself, am establishing that policy. I'm going to document you, which you already know because you're monitoring. And I just want to be clear, criminals don't have a right of privacy, and especially in this environment. So she is speaking a threat, and she is also demonstrating a threat in this environment, flashing light all over the gentleman, all over his feet, all over his legs, while he's sitting around monitoring to this harassing audible activity. That's P.O.C.
All right? They don't have any privacy rights. Guerrero. What's your badge number, Guerrero? What happened to Taylor? He's gone?
Can you listen to me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Starbucks called the police. Why did they call the police?
Important.
Okay.
Can you listen to me?
Sure, go ahead.
I'm going to be very serious with you.
Okay.
The employees called the police. Earlier you were recording.
Says who?
Can you listen to me?
Yeah,
You're
no,
asking me questions?
that's an allegation though, but who said I was
can you
recording?
listen
Go ahead.
to me?
So they called the police because they said I was recording. Go ahead.
And they have the right to refuse service to whoever they want. Okay? And as the police, we have to tell you to leave. And if you don't leave, they can press charges for trespassing, which means going to jail. I don't even want to go.
They called the police because you're recording, and that's a violation of what law? If I was recording.
I guess there was little kids that were being recorded.
That's what they're saying? Little kids?
Yes, they're talking about something about little kids.
Okay.
So it's something serious.
That's not very serious, but go ahead. Because they're in here holding up their cell phones, they're recording surveillance. And go ahead, though.
Erica Spencer.
Yes. Guerrero. I'm sorry?
Can we please go outside?
No, are you telling me, you can tell me frankly, are you telling me to go outside because you want me to leave?
Yes.
Okay, then that's what you should say. Don't try to trick me into going outside because you don't want me to come back inside.
I'm being
You
straightforward with
said, no you didn't, you said you want to talk outside.
At first I wanted you to just talk outside. My partner went and got more information in reference to what's going on.
What is going on?
I'm being straightforward about what's going on.
What is going on?
Listen, they do want you to leave. Well, you do me the favor and stand up, grab your things, and leave.
Okay, that's not a problem. I want to find out.
I'm trying to be as nice as I can to you.
Can you answer me? First of all, what type of situation is this where you need to come in busting out guns anyway?
What are you talking about?
You're talking about you're trying to be nice. What type of situation is this that's going to require some super, like, what else would it be? I mean, they called the police, first of all, which is unnecessary. They didn't say anything to me. They called the police because they think that I'm recording, right?
This is the reason why they don't come and tell you directly. They don't know if you want to fight.
They just call the police on people all the time?
I'm explaining.
That doesn't make sense, but go ahead.
Explaining.
Okay.
I know sometimes some things don't make sense, but I'm trying to explain to you specifically because I care about you. And the reason I'm telling you that is because I called a lot of resources to try to help. So that I'm just going to
Today? What are you talking about?
in the past.
Oh,
in the past.
okay.
In the past, we have a history.
I have talked with you before, that's true. And Taylor. What? I'm being very precise with my words. We have talked before, that's true.
So can
Yeah.
we everything?
They called the police and they want me to leave now,
It's
right?
not personal. It's nothing personal.
You're saying it's not you.
No.
Okay, I'm not taking it that way. I'm just trying to get the information.
And I appreciate it.
No, it's not personal. I want the information. You say you want to talk? We can talk here, but you're saying you want me to.
Not me. They want me to.
Okay, and so what is this, a ban from going to Starbucks now because they accuse me of something? So how does that work? How does that work?
I'll explain to you trespassing.
Oh, I know what trespassing is. How are you trespassing at a public facility, at a public business?
It's a private business. And the people here in charge can refuse service and can have somebody removed from their property. It's not us, it's them.
And so now Starbucks doesn't want me to come back, right? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
I can ask them. I can ask them if it's forever.
Okay, but they called the police though, right?
They wouldn't like you in their business right now.
Okay. And they called the police because I just want to be clear, they called the police because they were saying I was recording, right? Right?
Are you recording now?
I'm holding my phone.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay with you recording.
Just like I was holding my phone, just like he's holding his phone,
And
just like they're holding their phone.
For your safety and mine, I'm also recording.
Okay, that's
You're
good.
probably recording because you like to record, and I'm okay with that.
No, who told you I like to record?
Because I know you.
No, you don't know me. I told you that I'm documenting, and I told you to look at my YouTube page. That's
Can
true.
you document
And what
this?
am I documenting? It's very serious, is it not? Right? We've talked about that. That's true.
We've talked about a lot
All
of
right. Okay. All right. So that is ongoing. And so while you're hostile to being documented, while you're engaging in criminal activity, that's a whole other issue.
But are you gonna get your things?
Oh yeah, that's fine. I just want to document that it's 3:48 p.m. and it's Guerrero, which we've documented him before. That's P.O.C. All right, it's
Book of
4:01
records.
p.m. p.m. and I do remain at 507 Euclid Avenue. Euclid Avenue.
you
This is
recording right
Starbucks. I am, and I am.
I don't want to interrupt.
This
you.
is Ontario P. This is Guerrero.
No, you said it wrong.
Sorry. Say it. Go ahead. You can-
Guerrero, Officer Guerrero.
ICA. All right, so I just want to document real quick. So I remain at 507 North Euclid Avenue, and it is currently 4:02 p.m. And on the surveillance cameras, you will see the Ontario Police Department enter into the venue. This is criminal summoning by Starbucks that has been engaged in and documented engaging in what is federal stalking and engaging in all of the criminal elements in concert with the people of the state who are entering in with the criminal purpose of monitoring with the state that is keeping its light source, that is amplifying activity and creating artificial activity. So this is P.O.C. Criminal summoning is the pattern of conduct as well. Using what was documented criminal activity of the those third parties at the table where they're monitoring and documentation of that, and Starbucks summons the police. This is like 20 minutes later, Ontario police enter, irrespective of the fact that it's Guerrero, Guerrero.
You taught me that word, irrespective.
Irrespective, yeah. So this officer is one that has been amicable, okay, as opposed to one who has, but this is the same entity, and I want to document, first of all, I'm documenting the third parties. This is criminal summoning by third-party Starbucks, engaging in gross P.O.C., okay?
What am I engaging in?
No, I'm documenting the third party.
Okay.
He keeps he's engaging P.O.C. He's interrupting my documentation on purpose. But
start over.
This is an Ontario police officer that I have dealt with before. I've documented him. So there is a rapport there. The pattern of conduct does not change. Okay, but
friendship. I would say friendship.
No, actually, he engaged in P.O.C. talking about I took meds. That's the pattern of conduct right there. He's recording that, and so I just want to be clear. That's the state's P.O.C. I'm trying to defame. I'm just saying. So this is criminal summoning by the state, calling the Ontario Police Department while they're engaging in federal stalking, okay? Third parties do not maintain any privacy while they're engaging in criminal activity vicariously on behalf of the entity. The state's light source is here, all right? And understand that I'm subject to monitoring right now while they are here taking, what is this, a police report? Were you taking a police report?
No.
What is it? What's he writing down?
Your name? Your date of birth? Wait, are you still recording?
Yes.
Okay. So
he's going to put on his other voice now that he knows that I'm recording. Go ahead.
So, as Officer Guerrero is now telling you, we're documenting your name, your date of birth, and the address of the business.
Okay.
And the name of the business.
Okay.
What's your date of birth?
11/14/83. It's 4:04 p.m. Omnitrans crossing path monitoring with the police. All right, impossible light activity swiping past as they're crossing path on Euclid Avenue. The state's light source remains over the venue as well. All right, it is 4:04 p.m. and again, that's over the venue at 7:50 a.m. when I arrive here, a little before 8 a.m. and this is over the same exact address. This is not different P.O.C. This is the exact same P.O.C. This is an additional charge. This is criminal summoning by the third-party Starbucks, engaging in terrorism. Okay, that's what I'm documenting. They're engaging in terrorism and criminal summoning while they're hostile to documentation that they're aware of because they're monitoring via communication devices in violation of 18 U.S.C. 2261A, both subsections. All right, do you mind if I get your name, sir?
Right there.
This is Officer. He's quiet. I haven't talked to him, but he's here, so I'm going to what? Officer R. Wilburn. He's got some cool lokes on. Badge number 80549. Okay. Sir, do you mind if I get your name?
Yeah.
Officer C. Walton. What's your badge number?
805.
805?
48.
48. Okay.
Can we get a signature from you real quick?
Do you need my signature? I'm not really interested in signing anything.
Okay.
I'm subject to criminal activity. I'm not going to concede to it. It's 4:05 p.m. And that this is forced removal from a third party where they're engaging in criminal activity and they're hostile to documentation. That is the ongoing context. I want to be clear on that.
So now I'm going to let you know what that paper is.
It's P.O.C.
And ask for a signature. If you don't sign it, then let me tell you.
Go
what
ahead
it
and
is.
document because this is harassment by third party. Go ahead.
And
you reference
gonna write
officer
on the-
reference 602. Go ahead.
we're gonna write on the piece of paper,
Refuse.
refuse to sign. What this means is that the business does not want you to come inside again.
Well,
This
what is that
paper is
paper?
good for 1 year.
What's the paper?
It's a trespass paper. What you just said. Penal Code, California Penal Code section
602.
602.
That's what you cited.
That's on the paper slip. That's what's on the piece of paper.
Okay.
So basically, like I said, I didn't see it, but they told me before I spoke with you that you were recording. And there was little kids around. And the little kids and the parents were disturbed.
There were no parents there, but go ahead. These are third parties. Oh, go ahead.
I'm just explaining it to you.
I know you
Erica.
are. I get it.
I know you're a lovely lady, and the allegations might be different or so forth, but that's what that paper means. Okay, so my advice, there's other Starbucks, there's other businesses, there's other coffee, other places. Don't come back in here, because if you do, police are gonna get called out.
That's a threat. That's a threat by the entity that's monitoring right now. Impossible light activity sweeping across Starbucks. Go ahead.
And that's
impossible light activity.
This
is audible activity.
Again.
Got it.
Okay. Any questions?
No, that's documentation. It's 4:07 p.m. So ongoing monitoring underway. Understand that the substance of that communication by the state that is engaging in federal stalking, acting in concert, that's license 7KCF 648, monitoring me to that audible activity. This is the threat waged by the entity that is monitoring, okay? So this is the state that is acting in concert. Understand, while he's in my face telling me this, impossible light activity sweeping across, just like I've shown you, okay? This is a threat while you're documenting the entity. This is the ongoing concerted activity, okay? This is the, can I get a copy of that, please?
You can take a picture.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna take a picture of this document. This is criminal summoning by the Starbucks. Give me 1 second, it's 4:08 p.m. Wait, hold on. Well, hopefully I don't see it. What do you mean? It's but I'll give you £50 though. All right. It's 4:08 p.m. And I did take an image of that. That is the evidence of criminal summoning by Starbucks, a third party, heavily documented, engaging in federal stalking. And this is Ontario Police Vehicle number 1876, the African-American officer, and Wilburn and Guerrero. License plate of Ontario PD 1516961. Understand the threat does not change. This is the same agency that engaging in repeated acts of kidnapping. And you have what is the threat by the entity that exists as you are documenting them engaging in federal stalking. Bye. And you have what is the third party Starbucks. And they're all third parties, okay? So you're talking about the pattern of conduct that exists that is underway. And this is the removal by force upon criminal activity. And I'm going to capture the state's light source, 4:09 p.m. right over the venue. All right, what I captured on video is the state's fake sun, which is over the address. Okay, so the Ontario Police Department is here. You hear the officer talking, oh, he wants to call, get resources. He wants to help, whatnot. Understand it's audible activity in relevant position under the same exact fake sun, while the same exact impossible light activity is ongoing. All right, and this has been ongoing since I've been inside. So you have the entity that's acting with third parties who are engaging criminal activity. They are hostile to documentation while they maintain no privacy. They don't maintain any privacy while the state is entity. It doesn't exist. While the entity is monitored, it does not exist. And while they are engaging in that criminal activity, this is summoning, criminal summoning. That's what this is called with regard to the federal stalking pattern of conduct by the state. And those employees are in the building. I've already documented them and the ongoing environment and the criminal activity of those actors. And so I just want to be clear as far as what is ongoing, and that's the state's fake sun that remains over the property. 7BNG 587, 6VBK 717, 8PBJ 798. Understand, Starbucks calling is no different. This third party that is monitoring is engaged in that same threat. Okay, it's one entity. So I want to make sure I stress that. License plate. These are the ones inside of the Starbucks parking lot right now. 8XAH 700, 6PLL 560, 7NBR 963, 8TUE 857, 6JNZ 132, 8GQS 995, 6EVF 713. All right, fake sun moving over my head as I am moving in the parking lot. Ontario Police crossing path. Driving in relevant position while the fake sun is remaining over me moving. Driving south on Euclid Avenue. The same exact stalker, okay? because I happen to know that Ontario police officer's name, and I have spoken with him before, does not change the identity of this agency. When I say it is irrespective of your identity, that's exactly what I mean. License plate 6NGB 869, 7SLR 618, 7VUR 099, 8EHM 809, 7WVX 090, NO59TO 6ZXW 708, 6SCJ 555. And let me give you context. Again, you are talking about severe hostility. I am literally have been on my website and updating the kidnappers that I documented of the Ranch Cucamonga Superior Court, the names of the judges and the attorneys, okay? This is what I'm updating, and this is exactly hostility to that. This is precisely hostility to what they are literally monitoring. They're all just sitting around, staring at their phones, monitoring what I'm doing online. That's stalking with activity as I proceed farther in the parking lot. All right, and this is what they're doing inside. Stalking, being psychopaths and hostile as I document the environment and use the surveillance cameras inside. 6ZKF121, 6YRS388, paper plate BS41U44, 8NDK 091. All right, so let me show you something right now. The state's fake sun is no longer over the edge of that Starbucks. It's right here over me while I move around in the parking lot. This is speaking to what the Ontario Police Department were actually engaging in. This is speaking to the criminal summoning by Starbucks, who has been documented engaging in that ongoing criminal activity together. All right, understand there's no separation. That was a means of removing me from the property, also to stop me from documenting what they're looking at. The entity will do anything, including kidnapping, okay? And you're also talking about what is... Starbucks is in the parking lot crossing path. I documented his license plate. He's going to his vehicle. I already documented he's a criminal. So you're talking about what is the ongoing effort not only to detract from my documentation on my website about the kidnapping that I just was released from on August 16, 2021, which they're all sitting around fearful of, all right, watching everything that I'm updating, and they're engaging in psychopath conduct. Starbucks employees are crossing path at the side where you enter next to the couch and where the side of the I guess I want to say like the snack bar area. They're walking in and out, stalking with activity right there. An ongoing festival of lights all over the walls and all over the couch. And then out of their mouths, they have the audacity to speak about what is recording while they're engaging in psychopathic level criminal activity. Okay, they're monitoring. This is the hypocrisy of the entire entity. All right, this is the same hypocrisy of the Ontario Police Department, who are engaging in criminal activity wearing a police uniform, who are engaging in violation of the law, entertaining an absolutely fake case in a courtroom where you don't even have any probable cause because you're monitoring. You're using this criminal activity as the information that you should not have. You have it unlawfully, all right, which you otherwise would not have if you weren't engaging in that criminal conduct. They are in every way stripped of any authority. They are engaging in hypocrisy while they are hostile to your documentation, to your exposing it. It's not just criminal. You're talking about what are psychopaths that are demon possessed. I'm dealing with demons, okay? And what you're listening to is one who is not different, okay? It's not different just because he happened to be friendly on the surface. Understand, friendly audible activity is an equal threat to my life as he's monitoring under the same fake sun, under the same impossible light activity, while he's talking about wanting to help me, while he is monitoring me at the same time. Okay, my ability to tolerate third parties, my ability to deal with the state, they deal with me respectfully, then, you know, that's fine. I've dealt with those who are overtly hostile, and they literally cannot even control the demon inside them. And so I've been approached with both of them, okay? My ability to tolerate and deal with it does not change the pattern of conduct that is ceaselessly underway, okay? It doesn't change that. And it also does not change the fact that the ongoing threat is in existence. And this Ontario police officer, all three of them that I documented, and I want to be clear, the African-American male, he gave me a badge number 80508, I believe. I documented what he said, but I did not see it, so I'm relying on what he said. That's what I'm going to document. They are all on the cameras of the Starbucks on the inside. All right, and so this is documentation of what's criminal summoning by third-party Starbucks. Starbucks is engaged in terrorism. Starbucks is engaged in sexually violent activity, criminal facilitation of that sexual violence and terrorism, while federal stalking is ceaselessly underway. You're talking about demon possession being associated with that brand. All right, I'm showing what is indiscriminate with regard to this which is plaguing in California, a matter of public corruption, criminal activity, and ongoing desperate criminal acts to try to obstruct justice. And that's what was going on with regard to those teenagers who were engaging in terrorism, engaging in the exact same demonic pattern of conduct, terrorism, while they're underage. And my argument is that you shall in no way avoid prosecution because you're under the age of 18, and a government should not be shielded from that. I have captured, like I said earlier, underage skateboarders while their shadow is moving us in a circle around them as they are skateboarding past, and they're stalking with activity under the fake sun. All right, it does not matter. And you're talking about that which is how the state has engaged in systematic monitoring of an American citizen. It doesn't matter what your age is. This is the government that's sanctioning that. The government is monitoring through them. Okay. I want to be clear right now. It's 4:20 p.m. I'm on the opposite side of Starbucks. I have passed the Starbucks, so meaning I have walked north a little bit on the opposite side of the street. And I want to show you, because I captured in video while Ontario police were sitting on my right side at the curb outside of Starbucks, and the fake sun was right there over the edge as I stood there. I have moved from that position. The state's fake sun is right over me as I have moved north behind the Starbucks building, which is a position that I would not have been able to capture that vantage point of the fake sun right over me at the front facing Euclid. Okay. Well, I'm not, the fake sun is facing Euclid. My body was not facing Euclid. I was facing west. Okay. So I have moved to the opposite side of the parking lot. I have moved north on the opposite side of the parking lot past the Starbucks. I am looking at what is Justice Hub and Truth and Love Family Ministries, Empire Printing and Publishing, Inc. I'm up here. All right, State's Fake Sun is right here in front of me, and I want to capture a picture of that. This is the ongoing movement. As I've already shown, I showed you that this morning. The State's Fake Sun literally is over the same location, okay? 7:50 a.m. on the opposite side of Euclid Avenue, not the sun, okay? And goes from here to being over the Ontario Ovid Family Community Library where I am there, let alone the fact that it's supposed to be remaining at the same exact time over my room, over the parking lot of Economy Inn for the duration of a day. And that's just one example, because it's also right over my head if I go to Los Angeles County in an entirely different region, okay? This is the ongoing pattern of conduct. This is what is prefacing what Starbucks was engaged in. This is engaging in the pattern of conduct of obstruction of justice, hostility to documentation. This is harassment upon ongoing terrorism and sexual violence by that third party facilitating venue. And I'm not going to mince words with that. These are psychopaths that are under the brand of Starbucks, and that shall be fully attributed to that brand, and it needs to be understood that they are engaging in that and expressing what is demonic hostility that was exceeding wickedness, all right, engaging in more criminal activity as you are exposing that which they are doing, which they know full well is illegal, coming up with some narrative such that you can remove me while you are engaging in violation of the law. It does not get any more disgusting or despicable than that. That's the Starbucks. That's the reality. Contrary to what they're depicting themselves on television, being cool, everybody in California. No, it's not cool to be a stalker. It's not cool to be demon possessed. It's not cool to be a sex offender. It's not cool to be a terrorist, because that's the reality of what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing in concert with the state, and then summoning the police on one who was enforcing their rights. I'm going to prosecute Starbucks for that. It is 4:22 p.m. Let me show you the fake sun. Alrighty, it is 4:25 p.m. License plate 35022M1. State's fake sun over me as I move back toward Euclid Avenue. All right, and on the same street. All right, at 4:25 p.m. That's audible activity under the fake sun. That's the people. All right, 8 PUI 423. That's P.O.C. I just want to be clear. The state's acts, and the people represent the state while they're monitoring together. The state's acts of criminal summoning is also additional evidence. I've already established it, but like I said, everything that they are doing is confirming the criminal activity that I've already established that they are engaging in. Okay? Starbucks is going to regret that. In other words, it is 4:25 p.m. 7NXC 541, 6GNN 690, 8FUR 136, 7MBS 110, 6KVE 080, 8PGT 342, 6JTG 937. And I also want to document, this is what I'm saying when you're dealing with what is demonic You're not dealing with what you're looking at on the surface, okay? I'm revealing that which you can't see, but you are able to identify, you understand what I'm talking about when I'm pointing out the conduct and the elements that they're engaging in as they're monitoring. 7KUA015, and that Ontario police officer, Guerrero, that calls himself being friendly and whatnot, 8SKM919, he is engaging in the P.O.C. as he is recording, all right? So what he's doing is a matter of documentation for my purposes as well. He is recording that conversation, so I want to make sure I document that. And in addition to it, he is intentionally stating on his recording, which is also the fact, even above recording, that's defamation right there, that he's recording what I'm going to tell you that he said. But in addition to that, everything that is stated, I'm being monitored. So everything that you're saying is automatically published to the public. They're all monitoring. All right, so he's engaging in criminal defamation and on more than one level. 56455L2, 5WSB278, 7TK, 7XTK520, 7HAV661. All right, and so this officer is talking about, oh yeah, I heard you were doing good. As though I'm in some situation where I'm like recuperating and trying to get on top of life, like I don't have the ability to provide for myself or work or be able to sustain a job, or that I actually need the help of the Ontario Police Department that is monitoring me, okay? I don't think so. This is criminal activity that I'm documenting, and this is an economic state directly precipitating from the criminal stalking conduct, the psychopath that I'm revealing. This is audible activity under the fake sun. And this is demon possession, you can see in its raw form. That's a demon. All right, it's 4:27 p.m. She's sitting at the Omnitrans bus stop. So in addition, Guerrero, he engages in the P.O.C. All right, so this is what you're saying. You're going to take away what is a smiley face and his being diplomatic, and you're going to pay attention to the substance of his conduct. First of all, he's under the fake sun. Second of all, impossible light activity while he's being friendly and talking to me. And third of all, what he states, oh yeah, I heard you were doing good, and I heard you were got a job, and you were working and whatnot. And this is what I'm saying, it was so ridiculous. They don't have to hear they're monitoring. And so this is what I'm saying, I'm just revealing, but this is the reality, and this is how I'm dealing with them. I'm dealing with them in their twisted reality where they're not monitoring, where monitoring does not exist. 8VIC292. And this is beating them at their own game and showing them to be the psychopaths that they are. Okay? 8VIC292, stalking. And impossible light while they're talking like they're looking across the street. Oh, look over there. Impossible light activity while they're stalking a relevant position. So anyway, this officer says, yeah, I heard that you were working. I heard that you were doing good. And then, and I heard you were taking your meds. That's what he said while he's recording. That's intentional. I do not take any meds, and I have never taken any meds ever. And this is not something that he's ignorant of, okay? That's an intentional statement that he made. And I want to be clear, defamation on more than one level. Defamation because he's recording it. Defamation because what he says is audible activity, and it is published automatically. That's why anything that a third party says in relevant position while they're monitoring if it is defamatory, that's the pattern of conduct. First of all, it's audible activity and the substance of what they are saying. All right, and you can prosecute for that as well. The state's pattern of conduct is to defame. That's what the entire fictitious prosecution was all about. Prosecuting on a case that's not even real. All right. Engaging in repeated acts of claiming to have a warrant that's not real. It's not a real warrant, referencing a not real case. That's why they tried to repeatedly arraign me over and over and over again. Every time they kidnapped me, oh, we're going to have to arraign you. And I was arraigned a year and a half ago. In September 25th, 2020, they kidnapped me claiming to have a warrant in this fake case. And what did they do? They tried to arraign me. I was already arraigned in January of 2020. Shannon Faye Herty, who was engaging in a fake case then on January 17, 2020, and they were engaging in trying and coercing via kidnapping to restart that case, which is the facilitation of kidnapping. 8WNF877, monitoring with the Ontario Police. 7H60324, monitoring with the Ontario Police. 044KU, monitoring with the Ontario Police. 8CHA395, monitoring with the police. 7WID259, monitoring with the police. Police are sitting in front of the library with their lights on in relevant positions. 7ZNS350. This is the demonic hostility to documentation. 58856M1. 8CGF633. 8LMM528. It is 4:31 p.m. and the Ontario Police is under the fake sun, all right, which is no longer over 507 North Euclid Avenue as it has for over 8 hours. 7LGU422. Vehicle number 1521. Light activity on the vehicle, stalking in the path of the turn circle. This is it looks like a Caucasian male with a bald head, license plate 1589378. Okay, I did capture a video of that just so you can see what is actually going on. You have the Ontario Police under the fake sun, same exact pattern of conduct. And in addition, you just clearly saw me take picture of the edge of the building in front of 507. Fake sun is clearly right there. Fake sun no longer over the edge of 507 North Euclid Avenue. It's right here over me where I'm standing next to this Ontario Police truck while I have traveled south after going to the back of the parking lot, and the state's fake sun moves there. All right, and it remained over there since right at 8 a.m. I'm sorry, before 8 a.m. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's over 8 hours of remaining right there on the same street, remaining over the same building, while Starbucks is calling the police, engaging in criminal summoning. Okay? Knowing that I'm documenting them and they're hostile to it. Those little minions were monitoring. It is 4:33 p.m. That's P.O.C. Okay, just another note of analysis. Like I said, ongoing documentation to match with what is ongoing monitoring, and this is going toward the criminal summoning by Starbucks at 507 North Euclid Avenue, which is going toward the people, okay? And this is going toward the Ontario Police Department, who arrived, engaging in what is formed for the ongoing pattern of conduct of federal stalking, okay? Because that's what that is. That's the people acting with the state via the Ontario Police Department that are monitoring together using criminal summoning, all right, to provide the entity form to arrive, to engage in P.O.C, to engage in harassment, to engage in the communication of a threat intended to terrorize, all right? The Ontario Police Department represent the state. This is the agency engaging in repeated acts of kidnapping, using the law while they are in direct violation of the law, monitoring, okay? And so what I want to speak to is that's audible activity using a minor child in relevant position. Directed light is in this library. This fake sun is right over this library, okay? It's P.O.C, it's 4:43 p.m. But what I want to point to is my video that I'm capturing at 4:09 p.m. Where is the state's fake sun at 4 p.m.? Both at 11 o'clock in the morning and at 4 p.m. The state's fake sun is over the Ontario Police Department. I am standing at that same position with its zenith over me while I am standing in front of 2500 Archibald Avenue, the Ontario Police Department, which is impossible to coexist with the state's fake sun. I'm sorry, not with the state's fake sun, but with the actual sun, which first of all is not over Euclid Avenue, and it's not moving up and down on both sides of G Street at 7:30 to 7:50 a.m. and then moving south to remain over to remain in alignment with me inside of 507 North Euclid Avenue, moving north and south along that street corner as I move inside of the Starbucks, and then remaining over that same street and over that same building for in excess of 9 hours. That is not the sun, okay? And then moving after those 9 hours to remain over me as I move to a different address, which is 215 East C Street. The Ontario Police Department is located at 2500 South Archibald Avenue, and the state's fake sun is clearly captured over that property on more than one occasion. August 17th, 2021. Pay attention to my documentation that is published on my website. It's published on YouTube. It is published on my social media platforms, okay? August 17th, you will see the state's fake sun, and this is why I'm showing you what the state is engaging in. It is providing context to what I'm documenting third parties such as Starbucks engaging in while they are hostile to my revealing the gross criminal activity that they are engaging in and that they are facilitating, okay? While they are doing it under the fake sun, impossible light, the ongoing communication of a threat intended to terrorize, doing so with those who are under the age of 18, creating a narrative such that you can remove me while you are engaging in violation of the law. This is the entity, the same entity that engaged in stealing my car, the same entity that engaged in harassment and sexually violent stalking conduct on the job, the same entity that engaged in ongoing federal stalking as I am documenting it, stalking from city to city, county to county, the exact same pattern of conduct, okay? This is the same entity that engages in criminal summoning as it is monitoring your documentation of it. Okay, this is the entity acting against that targeted individual. This is going toward the creation of policy. All right, the creation of policy, as you are seeing and understanding, as the documentation provides ongoing context as to what the entity is doing. All right, and it's demonic at its core. You're dealing with demons that are acting as a pack. Okay. and engaging in criminal activity as I am revealing it. And I'm also revealing that this is no ordinary criminal activity. It's demonic at its root. And these are psychopaths that have engaged in egregious levels of criminal activity. And that's exactly what Starbucks has engaged in, while the fake sun is both over 507 North Euclid Avenue for in excess of 9 hours. That's what I documented today. While at the same time it is over the Ontario Police Department. Both of those actors, the Starbucks, the third parties of Starbucks, and the Ontario Police Department monitoring me together. Okay, that's what I just documented. That's what you just gathered. This is what I've already established. I'm providing context as to what I am revealing and the creation of policy, necessary policy as a matter of justice. All right, it is 4:46 p.m. That is P.O.C.